All right, are you considering a move to the San Francisco Bay Area? Well, in this video, we're going over why we love living in the San Francisco Bay Area, and this is going to be part 2. All right, if you are new to the channel, welcome. We are talking all things San Francisco Bay Area here, what it's like living, playing, having fun. And my name is Rachel, and I'm going to be your host of telling you all the great things that we love about the San Francisco Bay. And today we are going into our why we love the San Francisco Bay Area part 2. And I'm going to be taking you on the second part of my trip that I just recently did. I went from Legoland to Universal Studios to the next one will be part 3 that I'll go over. But in this video, we're going to go over Universal Studios and why, if you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, you have got to go to Universal Studios. We're going to go over the pros and cons of what I liked and what I didn't like. And I'm going to tell you how to prep for your trip. And again, why this is just another reason we love living here, because if you have kids, big or little, I'm sure Universal, Mario Land, or Nintendo Land, whatever it's called, they're going to ask you about it. Okay, so if you want to know that stuff, let's get into this video. All right, so let's get into these pros of heading out to Universal Studios in LA. If you are a fan of LA, this is going to be so fun for you. But I actually have to be honest, I wasn't a super duper big fan of Universal, but here are the things that I thought were really, really cool that I definitely would make sure to do if you are going to go. So I would, if I had the ideal trip, I would definitely fly in. And if I needed to rent a car, I'd rent a car because the drive can be really, really long. We drove because we went from Legoland to Universal and we worked our way up the coast. So part 3 is coming up. But what I loved about Universal was it was definitely big, and there was a lot to see, like a lot for all the various age ranges. So Legoland was kind of more for the little guys and girls. Universal's for everyone. So we were coming off Legoland and that kind of scary roller coaster rides. There's not many at Universal. There's a handful, but we kind of went there for Mario Land, which is, I guess, Nintendo World, which was definitely cool. So you'll see in the video, it's so cool. I thought that the Mario Kart ride was a little bit too much. It was the longest wait. I think it was an hour and change to get on there because it's the most popular, but it is literally the coolest, craziest world like you'll see. And the kids had these little gamer bracelets. We didn't get one because I'm like, they were like $49, I think. And I'm like, there were lines to put their bracelet under like a mushroom or like a, whatever you call it, the question mark thing. And I just thought it was kind of stupid because unless you're like really into gaming and getting points, it was like a waste of time. So we didn't do that. We kind of convinced my son not to do it. And we went on, got other things for him. But Mario Land was cool, but the line was really long and the ride was not that great. And you can see some footage here. But what I thought was really cool, and it was literally within like the first 10, 15 minutes of being at the park, was there was Transformers like talking and engaging with people and taking pictures and videos. And it was just the coolest thing ever. It was like, oh my God, I'd never seen anything like it. And I felt like it was in the movie. It was a real Transformer because Universal is really a studio. It's like a Hollywood studio. So this is where like movie magic happens. They just converted it to a theme park as well. So I thought that the Transformer was by far the highlight of my trip. And personally, I just thought it was the coolest thing. And I think we saw Megatron. Don't judge me for not having these names right. I've been told 1,000 times and I cannot get them right. I don't know, they're like not octagons because the octagons are like the other characters, but I think it was Megatron. Anyways, they're the Transformers and you'll see it in the video. It was the coolest thing. It was a real actual person in there talking, but it was just the coolest experience ever. The Transformer ride though was a little bit, I felt like, and I'll go over it in the cons. Megatron and Optimus Prime, those are the two I met. Really wanted to meet Bumblebee though. So other things that were cool, Minion World or whatever, we went from, because there's two levels. There's like the entry level, and then there's the level that you have to go down. So we went down first because that's where Mario Land was. We wanted to knock that out right away because they said like do it first thing in the morning, and you can get early access. We didn't. I'm glad we didn't because I don't think we really needed it because my son got kind of tired at the end. We ended up going from like 9:30-ish to about 4, and he was done. So he's 6. So just take that into consideration. We didn't go on Jurassic World because he was so scared from the day before at Legoland that like Jurassic World, I think would have taken him over the edge because I heard it's really scary. I heard it's a great ride, but it's very scary because it has like actual life-size dinosaurs, which was another cool thing is they have actual like dinosaurs walking around at the park, which is really cool. It's like movie magic. So that was cool. We did the studio tour, which is definitely cool. The line sucked. It was the worst line of all of them, but it's an hour-long ride and you get to see all of the cool things like the movie magic. Definitely recommend doing that. We did Harry Potter. We actually got this little star like box thing, and because my kid's so psycho about buying toys in Mario Land that had free popcorn. So we were able to get free popcorn around the park, which we just had one bag. It was fine, but that was kind of cool that he got that. And what else? Harry Potter World was cool. I like that. The Secret Life of Pets, that ride was fun for the little guys. Boring for me, but cute. You know what I mean? It's like a small world, kind of like in Disneyland. But like, we didn't get to do the really big rides. So if you have bigger kids, like, which I kind of suggest doing the bigger kid stuff, because like you could go to Disneyland or Legoland for the little guys. I think Jurassic Park would have been really, really cool, like, to go on. And then there's also the Simpsons, I think, ride on there. We didn't get to go see, but the world was cool. The little area was cool. Lots of great places to eat. And then as you walk in, we had a shuttle. So as you walk into Universal, there's like a whole like section for like restaurants and food that were really great, that we actually ended up eating at this really yummy Italian restaurant. So those are all the things that I really liked about it. And let's get into the things I didn't like about it now. All right, now on to the cons of Universal, the things that were not my favorite, but I think it's all subjective, right? So I'm not a huge fan of LA, number one. It was a lot more packed than Legoland was, which, I mean, we kind of knew that was going to be the case. It was still so cool, though. And honestly, like, these cons are, like, kind of more, like, they're just more me, like, it doesn't mean that it would be a con for you, but I kind of felt like almost all the rides were like, they're kind of like, not lame, but like a virtual ride. Like you're just kind of cruising around and you had the goggle things on. And I know that's what we're kind of moving into in life, but I just kind of was like, eh. And the Mario ride was like, you've got the hat on like Mario, then you got the goggles that come down and you have to like hit everything and play the game. Which I was like, this is like way too much. Like I can't even focus on anything. Like it's just like too much. And it's so loud. Like they really amp up the loudness for the older riders. Like, so the kid rides and Minion, like those rides are definitely quieter, which were cool. And it was still like a virtual ride where you're watching a movie at Minions, but I just thought it was kind of cooler. I don't know. And the studio tour was really cool. So I would definitely recommend the studio tour. It was cool. That was cool. But yeah, I mean, the rides were just kind of virtual and loud. Like, if you have little guys, you've got to bring earbuds, like, or earplugs. Like, just bring them to be on the safe side, because I guarantee your kids are going to be like this, you know, like I felt bad for my little guy. That's why I think he wanted to like not go on anything, and he just wanted to shop because like it was loud. And I don't know, like, I think that's something to take into consideration. Like I said, it's a preference. It's definitely a preference. So maybe if you're older, you're cool with being it really loud. I don't know. But those were definitely cons. What else were cons? I mean, I thought it was pretty cool overall. The going down the escalators, because there's the top park and then the bottom. That was kind of annoying, but I mean, fine. You know, I would definitely say it would suck if those escalators broke, you know, because you have to walk up all those stairs. But the pro was that we went at a good time. It wasn't too hot. It was actually really nice. So great weather in April. And just that other ride, the studio tour ride, was really long. They could do something with that to make it more fun, I guess, or manageable for kids, little kids. We kind of concluded that we don't think that Mason should go to Disneyland until he can handle lines and go on roller coasters. So that was a good pro of the trip. But I mean, overall, I think, the other thing was the hotel we stayed at, the Sheraton. I was like, it was not super great for me. Maybe we could have gotten a better room. I don't know, but I wasn't impressed with it. So maybe look at the Hilton or something close. They're all really close to the park. That's why we chose those. I don't know if they have a hotel at the park. I don't think they do, but something to look into if they did, so you don't have to take a shuttle. But it was like a 5-minute shuttle. It's not a big deal. We didn't get breakfast at the hotel, so another thing to think about. It's always nice, but you can get food there. I mean, we really didn't eat that much. It wasn't a big deal. So all of those things were not that big of cons, just kind of loud, and the rides were virtual. Those are probably the biggest things, but everything else is cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all good here. I'm just not a huge fan of LA, but I liked it. I had a great time. And so those are my pros and cons of Universal. And I promise you, if you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, you have kids, you're going to want to check out these parks, because there's really not many like them out there in the United States, minus like Disney World. And I don't know what other things are in other states. But I just know everyone comes to California for our parks, and Universal Studios is one of them, because it's in the middle of LA, and it's just really cool. It's Hollywood. The other cool thing, we went to this brunch place that I will list down below. It's right around the corner from where we stayed, so definitely check it out. It was delicious. And you can see pictures of it here in the video. And that is my overview and pros and cons of Universal and why we love living in San Francisco Bay Area, California, part 2. All right, so have I convinced you to go to Universal Studios? I hope so, because you know what? It's a once in a lifetime thing, and I feel like it keeps getting better and better with all their cool things that they've got going on. So definitely check it out and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you want to move to the San Francisco Bay Area, we got you covered. We know all about the San Francisco Bay and all about California, really, in general. So we're happy to help you, and I appreciate you watching the video. And make sure to subscribe, click the like button, and comment down below if you have questions. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, and thanks for hanging. Bye, guys.